We are live. Welcome to Day One Journey, episode 24. This is the fifth part of my story about my second ridiculous dream, Marcus Body Coding, the second empire. Last episode, we talked about the frustrations. I shared with you my frustrations in the workshop era. The era where when I went to workshops and learned salsa and shines and footwork and body movement. So let me tell you again, the first two frustrations, and then we jump into the third one. Are you ready? Stacy, are you ready? Michael joins us, waving at Michael and at Stacy. So, Michael, maybe you can relate. The first two frustrations I had going in to workshops. First one, the workshops with either basic, super basic, or advanced. The second frustration, so I couldn't find myself. I wasn't a super beginner, I wasn't advanced, I couldn't find myself. The second frustration was a little deeper than that. Every time they were teaching, they were mixing up the body movement with the steps, teaching them all together. So I was focusing on my body movement, I was mixing up my feet and vice versa. So I just decided to ignore completely from all the body movement, which proved to be very smart and very helpful for me. So I was focusing on the sequence, and that gets me straight to the third and might be the biggest frustration, the long sequences. The sequences of footwork and shines were so long. I was always struggling. I was always struggling to remember what comes next. I had in my mind, just let me get the sequence right so I can focus on the steps. You know, the steps, the techniques, isn't it the most important thing? The technique that you want to learn? I knew I was making mistakes because I was struggling with the sequence and not really even thinking about the steps. I knew I was making mistakes. That's the frustration. It was like a game of mental memory, not learning new dance movements. Like I was learning Taekwondo and they had names for everything. Every stance and every punch, they had names for everything. You could write that. And it was short, easy to remember. So the next thing, long sequences and nothing had a name. No moves had a proper universal names. The only names I heard were Suzy Q and triple tap. Only names I heard were Suzy Q and triple tap. And after a few years, I learned that Suzy was a swing dancer. A swing dancer. You know, I was just wishing someone could break these long sequences that were like 20 seconds long, 30 seconds long, like mini choreographies. So I was just wishing someone could break these long sequences into small, digestible chunks, like 1 bar, 2 bars, which is 1 8 count, 2 8 counts. That's it. So you can easily remember them. So you can come to the party and you have some short sequences in mind, in memory, and you can just do them on the dance floor. Because when it's that short, it's easy to do on the dance floor because it's short, so you can add it to anything. It's like a small Lego piece. Right? Meanwhile, you can enjoy the sunrise. Yeah, the sunrise just above me with a small sort of lake here. I will end with one question for you. How come, no matter, like you're in a festival and you were in a workshop, 2 workshops, 3 workshops, and learned few shines, long sequences, and you know them, and then you go to the party. And then there's a song, there's a very short sequence, short part of the music that you do your shines part. And then you end up, how come every time you end up doing a Suzuki? That's my question to you. Because Suzuki has a name. It's short, it's easy for you to put it anywhere. That's my answer for that. Comment below if you have another answer. People are joining, but we are soon out of time. So back to you. We are already out of time, but back to you. So I share with you my frustrations. Think about your frustrations. Do you have any solutions, any ideas, how to work with them? And either way, I want you to remember that no matter how many mistakes you make, how many frustrations you might have, how slow you progress, you are still way ahead of everyone who isn't trying. Remember that. So how can you try today? How can you try today again? Treat this day as day one. See the amazing sunrise behind us. How can you treat today as day one and try again? Back to you. Have a great day one.